Good morning, everybody. I'm back. Yesterday, I was very sick. The night before, I'm not even going to tell you because it was awful. But there were moments where I was sat on the toilet, also holding a bucket. So just, don't think about it. Anyway, I had a bunch of interesting experiences while having a horrible experience. First of all, I've been reading a bunch of kind of black liberation theology and preparing for my interview with Christina Cleveland, which is coming up, and following her Lent devotion on Christ, our Black Mother. So I've had all these thoughts swirling through my head on God as a black woman, reshaping how we relate to the divine. And so while I'm laying on the floor of my bathroom, holding myself and moaning, all I can see in my mind's eye is this big black woman comforting me, coming beside me, rubbing my back, holding back my hair. And that was really interesting. I was very, very delirious, but there was like this, I guess because of choosing to have my view of God intentionally shifted, the manifestation of that comfort care during my sickness was a black woman, which was one thing that was cool. Two, in the past, whenever I get sick, I get quickly into self-condemnation, quickly into other sins I haven't repented of, quite a broken framework for basically what have I done wrong that screwed myself over, and now I'm getting what I deserve. And none of that happened to me this time. None of it at all. It was just, hey, I got sick. This happens to everybody. And there was no guilt or condemnation. In addition, yesterday, when I laid in bed pretty much the whole day doing nothing, I didn't have any sense of worthlessness. Almost always in the past, when I'm sick, when I'm laid up in bed, I feel profoundly worthless. I feel like I'm not contributing to anybody's lives. I feel devoid of purpose and meaning. And God's been provoking me on that for a little while. Why do you feel so worthless if you're not doing? I know that in my mind that I should be able to just be and have worth and have value. And yet, the head knowledge and the heart knowledge are different, right? A friend of mine messaged me last night, Jenny. She said, Jonathan, I'm praying that as you recover and as you feel better, that you'll just feel so profoundly aware of your value, even while you're just laying there resting, doing nothing. And I said, that is how I feel. That's exactly it. And that is new for me. Very, very new. So that's cool. The third thing is that any time that I would get sick in the past, I would immediately turn to false comfort. It was my way of avoiding pain, of trying to assuage my own discomfort. And this time there was not even a drive or a pull to false comfort, just a sense of peacefulness. And I think more than anything, it's a sense that I really like myself. And I like myself too much to engage in some activity that's going to later make me feel shameful or make me feel guilty, defile myself, basically. I don't want to do it. I respect and enjoy this temple too much. And that's all new for me. At the same time, I also got this crazy revelation. At some point in the middle of the night, after a lot of vomiting and skin crawling and a fever and laying in the bed freezing and then hot, suddenly I heard that scripture, he prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies, or you prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. And it's David. And in this sudden vision, upon the table was Jesus Christ lying there saying, "Eat of my body, drink of my blood. I am the bread of life." And I'm like, whoa, I don't know what that means, but that's pretty wild. That the table God prepares before us in the presence of our enemies is his own self. So I'm going to chew on that, no pun intended. for a little while. Guys, I'm convinced that owning your love will absolutely change your life. Absolutely change your life. Yes, it will change your mind, but it will absolutely change your life. So if you're new, go back and watch some of the earlier videos, join me, and I'm just going to keep doing this because the fruit in my life is outrageously positive. So, hey Glenn, welcome. Hand on your heart. God made you. God called you good and very good. And He calls us to love our neighbors as ourselves, which means we need to love ourselves. When we love ourselves, we agree with what God says about us. It's worship to love yourself. Think about Jesus. Do you think He hated Himself? Do you think He shunned the flesh as much as we all think we're supposed to? His flesh was a gift from His Father to Him. A gift that God had pre-created and called good and very good. Hand on your heart, take a deep breath. Try and still yourself just a little bit. Jonathan, use your own name. Jonathan, I love you. Jonathan, you are a good creation. Jonathan, you are a very good creation. Jonathan, you are the pinnacle of everything God created. I am so thankful for you. I love you. The patience that you have shown me all my life, waiting for me to connect with you, is remarkable. And I am blessed by your patience and thankful for it. Speak to me today. Guide me. And I will respond to you today. Take your time. There's no rushing through this. I'm an Enneagram type 2. I was listening yesterday to the Sleeping at Last podcast and the song that he wrote for Enneagram type 2s, and I just was bawling my eyes out. One of the things he said was, he and his guest Chris, was that the type 2 is the most in touch with their emotions and serves others selflessly and permits others to get in touch with their emotions. So that's what this is about. But they also said that the number one need for a type 2 is to learn to love themselves. So that's what this has been about. I didn't even know that. And I was just following the Lord. Weird, huh? Hey, you guys, may you have a wonderful day. May you be blessed with grace and peace. I look forward to speaking with you all next week. Bye-bye.